So if you guys haven't had to play around with a parent app, I definitely recommend it so that you can start educating your parents of what they can be doing. Okay, it's all about educating the parents on their capabilities too. All right, so like I said, this right hand screen here, this is your parent app. All right, first one here, similar to what you guys have on yours, you've obviously got a calendar. All right, they can see events. If you've created an RSVP to your events, then they can obviously RSVP for them. Okay, we clearly do not have RSVPs for any of ours here, but you get the gist. They'll be able to do that there. What they can do as well, they can add all of these events to their own calendar. Okay, so that obviously, however they've got their calendar set up, they'll be notified of anything that comes through as well. Alrighty. Here we can obviously get a breakdown of all the events. It's not going to work for us because obviously we're on a simulator, but that would give you just an overview of all the events as well there. Okay, so we've got a lot of events in here. Okay, so what you can do as well, plus button, they can obviously create a post as well. All right, so if they want all the parents to be able to see it, all right, they will be able to obviously leave that open. Okay, if they just want a couple of staff members to see it, they can obviously select that from there as well. Okay, uploading photos, same principle as what you guys would do. All right, they'll be able to upload photos as well. All right, and you get the gist there. Went to my photos. Cancel. There we go. So then that's how they can do it here as well. Okay. Let's see. What they can do as well, casual bookings. So if you've opened up casual bookings, awesome, which we've actually done some here as well. You can obviously select if you have multiple children, which child you want to book in for that casual booking. So let's say I want to book Halo in. She's normally in the Caterpillar room, okay? But maybe for some reason I want to book her in vacation care. I can obviously pick that as well. I can pick what week I'm wanting to book it for too, okay? As long as you've made them available, they'll say available, okay? So I can book them in here, book this day, okay? If I see that these are unavailable, okay, let's say next week's, but I'm really hoping that, you know, they open some up, parents are able to be alerted when a casual booking gets opened up. Okay, then they still need to jump here and book it, but at least they'll get that notification to say it's there as well. Okay, so you can see here if they have any casual bookings booked or if they've asked for notifications for a specific day as well. Okay, that's there. Again, to that plus icon, the handover form. Handover forms are, you know, a lot of our centres absolutely love these because it gives the educators, it gives the staff a better idea of, you know, what kind of morning the kids have had. Have they been cooperative? Have they been eating? Have they had a good sleep? Or, you know, did they have a rough night? Are they having trouble eating? Little things like that can make a big difference to how the educators are able to care for those kids throughout the day. Okay, so this gives educators a much better idea about how the day is going to run for these kids. You can put in what time they woke up, when they had breakfast, what they had for breakfast, nappy changes, bottle or feeds, and any additional comments as well. You know, had a rough night because of such and such. You know, it's teething, things like that. Okay, so if you can, definitely get your parents to utilize this a little bit more. Like I said, it's nice and easy as long as they're logged in on their app. Plus button, hand over, fill in a couple of these, send it off, and then you guys as staff, educators, everyone will get a notification to say that handover form has been created. From your view, you will be able to see it. Let me go here. Under the child's daily information section, okay? So it'll come in under here, I think. I might have an example. Let's see if I did one for them. Okay, maybe not every one, but yeah, that's where it'll show for them. Okay, so that you guys can obviously see what was in that handover as well. Okay, I think I did one back a while ago, but that's okay. All right, so that's the handover form. All right, so you guys will be able to see it via the staff or by the child's profile in here. All right, again, so they can also mark child not attending. Okay, so this is for Halo in the Caterpillar room. Okay, on day such and such. Reason if you want to, and obviously a signature to say, yes, that's happened. Are you sure? Okay, perfect. Now that will automatically mark that child not attending for you guys. And again, you get a notification, you get an alert as well. Okay, so that way you guys are aware as well. All right. So same thing, I obviously get notifications in here as things get posted. Okay, in here. So they are able to change a couple of details as well. So they can update their address, they can update their email address, suburb, mobile phone numbers, CRN. A lot of parents unfortunately get CRNs wrong. So then they can upload it in here for you as well. Okay, so that way you can have the most up-to-date information and a photo if they wish to as well there. Okay, they're able to reset their password, they can reset their PIN. This is the contact center for, or the contact information for the center. Okay, so as long as you guys have that again on your portal set up, then obviously they'll be able to see it here. Staff profiles. So again, really good tool so that your parents get to know your team a little bit better. Okay, so in here, we can also build on here, we've got little blurbs. Okay, then they can see what posts, this staff member pops up from day to day. Okay, so back in here, settings, staff profiles, that's all the staff. Okay, building that relationship, getting to know them. All right, like we've done in that example one, every Friday, meet the team posts. Okay, get all your staff members to write up a little bit of a blurb. What are their hobbies? What do they like doing? Why did they pick childcare? Little things like that helps to get them to build that relationship in there as well. Okay, and the rest we've sort of gone through as well. All right, so the app cheat sheet and everything as well. So that's what they're able to customize in that respects too. Okay. All right, so that's that. So parent involvement in child's learning. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to sort of, I guess, cover in here as well is things like children's goals. Okay, obviously, to get to the gist of what a child's goal is going to be, you're going to need that communication between the parents and the educators themselves. Parents are going to have a pretty good idea about what goals they want for their children, and then educators are going to have the tools to reach that goal. So there definitely needs to be that communication to what the educator feel is going to be achievable for that child, but also what the parents are wanting that child to achieve. You need to find that sort of sweet spot in between. Okay, so there's obviously a few options. You can obviously write a post, to those parents to give you feedback on what they're wanting their child's goals to be. Okay, and then that way you guys can communicate on what the goals will be. You can encourage, generally speaking, when a child enrolls in the centre, you're already going to have that chat with the parents for what their goals are going to be. Okay, obviously you might review these goals every so often. So again, you can do it through a post. You can get those parents to come in and have a chat about the goals, etc., etc. Okay, so it's up to you which way you sort of want to build that, but definitely having that communication with the goals so that basically parents are working on them at home and educators are working on them in the centre to hopefully reach those goals for that child as soon as possible as well. Okay, so that's the option there. Another really cool idea as well, that you guys could, implement too, is involving the families in the learning. Okay, a lot of these really big centers, or even your smaller centers, there, you'll have a lot of parents that have a lot of hobbies, that have a lot of jobs, careers, um, skills that you can use or utilize to help your children with their learning. Okay, so reach out to the families, like our example one here. Wanting to include as many of you as possible in the development of the children's learning. If you have a skill, a passion, a talent, resource, hobby, etc., that you think the kids would love, please let one of the educators know or send us a message. Okay, so that's again getting those families involved with the learning and using, I guess, the resources that you already have on hand that are in front of you and can be utilized as well. We've had a few centers that have, done this before, and they've found it really, really helpful and a very big relationship builder, okay, between parents, educators, and the children as a whole as well. Okay, so a really good resource there.